Morning, everybody. We are on the last day today. I have a ton of stuff to do just to get the basics done. So I'll just write it down so we can have. I have still the marathon to do. Yes, I have, but this one is not actually. Well, is it? Do I still have those? Yes, I still have those, so all these can go. Yeah, this file can just go, and I will leave with this one. So we have scrolling. Yeah, and we won't have the custom direct writer renderer. I won't be able to make it. Yeah, this one is done. Selections. Selection functionality depends on these. So I will have to do that later. I won't have time for that today. So it will break a few things that I will need a ton of time to do. So I'll leave that for later. Hopefully I'll be able to make it in upcoming days. And though I want to take a few days, at least 2 or 3 days off before I will get back to it because I just don't want to burn out on that. I mean, I love doing it, but then I have to think about long term. So what we need to do today is a parser. Parser, this is no longer true. Parser and syntax highlighting, at least for C, for basic C grammar. Then we will have to do the remove text and delete backspace commands. And the last thing we will need to do, this should be done later. This one is done. And then we will have to queue that data stream placement. That is just basic memory stream where I can store strings and numbers in a binary way. That's for undo. So the undo is actually there, but it's not plugged in because I have removed the dependency on the old Qt code yesterday. So we are completely handmade today. We have still one dependency on STL that is actually replaced. I just have to go through the code and do the replacement there because I found a better way how to do vectors and work with memory in that sense. So the undo data stream, and then we will go to opening file from command line and saving file via shortcut. My typing is not good today. My fingers are still kind of stiff. Shortcuts. Yeah. And we will have a really basic alpha. I wouldn't be able to make everything that was actually mentioned in the GitHub. because there's there are still things like Lua and shell integration, brackets, scope stuff, all this stuff, and models as well. I have only basic one panel, for example, so all these just won't make it to the alpha I will release today. I can actually release the exe once I fix one bug, so you guys can take a look and give it a try. I'm not sure what it will be able to do. I guess it will just open an empty file that you cannot even save, but you can give it a try how the rendering is fast, how the scrolling works, and hopefully we will like it, because I like it really much. I mean, I haven't seen the editor in 2 days now, because I was removing all the dependencies, and I had a bit of a nightmare day yesterday. So hopefully, just hopefully, I will just move my camera a bit. The angle I really like. Yeah. So this is us. Hello, 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 hello. We also have a simple batch file build system. Well, I wouldn't call it build system. I hate build systems, and it's not just because Casey said so, but because I myself actually run into big troubles with trying to use one of the Google's libraries. It's called Skia, and that one was just nightmare to even start to compile, and it didn't compile at all. It didn't build. It just crashed on some weird bug in there. So I guess nobody's taking care of that. Nobody cares that, because only thing they actually care is whether it's built within Google Chrome and Chromium projects, and I just don't want to deal with that. So that was the reason why I went for direct write and direct TD, and I'm really happy about it to actually go for that. And so the build system bite me a lot. I actually don't use any build systems at all. I have currently I plan to include Oniguruma for the regular expression library, for the regular expression functionality. But then I have also made a custom parser engine that I have a ton of ideas for. So in the end, I will replace the Oniguruma and maybe don't even include in the handmade version of Hale, final handmade version of Hale. There is also going to be Lua dependency, but that one won't be done via a static library, but I will just include the source code within the source code of Hale. So it will compile just within one STU, hopefully thanks to our amazing D7 Samurai that did amazing tool for resolving the well, I don't want to run it because I'll just copy this one to here, because I don't want to override it, because this is really important thing. This is actually output of the include resolver that's actually doing some stuff also in finding the references and letting you know what you can do with the references, and the includes and also allows you to see from where is each file included, so you can actually make the include hierarchy better. But then you actually don't need the include hierarchy at all, because in the end, for example, if I go to a document, I have one macro for Hale includes, and this value is set is not defined for the STU, single translation unit field. So none of these includes are actually happening everything is happening just within the STU. So the resolver is actually walking through all my files and it's resolving the correct order of the includes and generates this file. There are some small things that I do in a non-standard way, that I include platform stuff from different places, but that doesn't matter that much. I hope that we will be able to find a way how to put those files to ignore, because this I had to comment them out, make it work. But we will have to find a way how to ignore these files. Actually, there is already a rule that any include that is not within if Hale includes shouldn't be here at all, because it's included from within the files. So in the end, thanks to this tool, you can actually do stuff. Once it's done, we'll try to do it this way, so it will only define the bands, and that will be just empty macro that will be compiled out alongside with the parameter, but the resolver will use it to actually understand how the files relate to each other, and then we'll just create this STU file with all the correct includes in correct order, and it actually works. I can actually run it. Yeah, I just broke it a bit because I was playing with that. Let me see. Where are we? STU, okay. Here. And hopefully, yes, it's this stupid thing I always forget when I talk. So this is the build for the STU, and it's done within 1 second, while the other version I will tune the music down. Actually, I talked a lot, so nobody heard me, so that's not a big problem. At least my voice got used to it. So is the microphone okay now? Yeah. Yes, this is what I love actually about live streaming. You talk for 15 minutes and then you find out that you are all drowned in your music. Yeah, okay. I will actually repeat that later, maybe. And is it okay now? Okay, great. So I just wanted to sum it up, but I will do that later when more people come to the stream, especially when D7 will be here, so I can give him a shout out in front of other people. But then it will be archived as well. So yeah. Okay. So now I need to get back to the parser. That is actually a really interesting piece of thing. It doesn't do much now. It just does parsing of comments and strings, double quoted strings. That's all I wanted to use there for now. However, the primary target is to have a fast syntax highlighting with with a bit of code intelligence, so we at least know where the commands and strings are, because from that we can go a bit further. We can also add blocks, which would be anything between these two, and that should help us with being able to actually jump between blocks, but it will be language specific. So for that we would have to make a command or something like that. So now I will have to go to my Hale document parse and do the whole dance within here, because I had to comment out a lot of stuff. So I will probably start here and then move on to connecting the result of the parser once it's working with the text rendering part that will actually take care of applying colors to the tokens. So hopefully I'll get it working in a few hours, so I can move on to actually finalizing stuff to add the last features that I needed to make it actually work, or at least remind of an editor. Oh god. Yeah, my hair is awesome today, but I can put my hat on again because I love it. So let me put it on. But it would need a bit of a fez. Well, I don't want it to look like that. Yes, that's one is better. So my scoliosis. My scoliosis is awesome in that silhouette, so I don't care, because there are much more important things to do. Oh, Hatchring! Are you here, Hatchring? Hello, mate. I'm not sure he's here. He's just hanging in a chat, but I'm not sure he's actually here. But let me just contact my best buddy. I'll try to ping him on I will just ask. Okay, so I guess he's smoking or something. Okay. Ooh. So we need to start somewhere. I guess it will be best to first start with fixing the bug with so I will just write it down so we can see where we are. Fix bug with let's go with layouting and scrolling the text. That will be the first thing, because that way we can actually make it run. Then we will have to plug project back to the build, or make a file opening, file to be open from command line, which is actually a bit easier to do, I guess. I'll just have to parse the command arguments and just stuff it to the document load. Stuff the paths to the document load. It will be actually great, because in that way I can actually make use of Hale, because I already use Sublime for opening my files from command line. Yeah, there's another big news. I actually made my first, and I've actually started doing my Git commits and all the Git management through the command line yesterday. Because the GitHub application was just constantly failing on me. I guess it's because I have like 7 various Git implementations, Git.exe instances on my system, just because every single fucking library that I've ever tried actually has its own Git. So my system is really messy. So I will have to reinstall it in a whole and never ever go to use anything that uses a build system. Hey, head shrink! Oh man, it was a nightmare yesterday. So he left immediately. Okay, okay. I'll put it down. I will use my other heads. It doesn't work over the headphones, so... Oh, Jesus. Okay. So, let me first take a look at, maybe I change public here. We'll first take a look at what we can do for the bug. It's in reset blocks, and it's doing this thing where this is something my brain just doesn't work with at all, and it's the plus minus ones that are my complete nightmare. When I have a bug anywhere, it's just usually because I don't do math right with plus and minus ones. Maybe there will be time I will be actually able to understand and grasp that complexity of plus and minus ones, but it's not this day, obviously. So the I, in case we have, because this does two things. Reset blocks is actually the main function for layouting the lines of the file, one under the previous one. So that way, anytime you scroll, actually I relay out the visible lines. And before I had in prototype code, there's like what? Let me see. It's a document editor layout. Yeah, it's 34K worth of code, which are 1200 lines of code that actually are trying to do the scrolling, optimal way, efficient way. So when you insert the lines, it just moves the other lines down and things like that. That will be actually interesting. I will be plugging that back because I would like to do one thing. I'm not sure if I already have some video from older prototype that was actually doing that, but I guess I have. It's not this one. I'll need to go to my channel. Playlists. It's not playlist. It's the videos. And yeah, this should be it. Yeah, this is just the detail. You can see the carrot here. I'm writing text. This is older, really old and basic prototype. What it does is it allows me to actually animate when I insert a new line. It will animate the rest of the lines down. So I'm inserting new lines. The carrot doesn't move at all. It actually is really early version where I was just trying the new line insertion. And also it does when you when the word wrap creates a new subline. So this is thing I would like to have in Hale. Maybe not this bouncy elastic one, but something simple, something pleasant. Because that way, I think the idea is to raise the user experience and the editor feel to the maximum. So anyone who would be editing within Hale will actually feel the difference on first few characters typed in. That's the idea. That's the idea. Yeah. So this is awesome. This one was made over QML, and it's and I cannot reuse it. But actually, piece of that code that was here is actually also this code, because I reused portions of that code in a Hale prototype, and I will do that also in a final Hale version. We will see. We can tune that. We can play with it. There will be a lot of fun doing that. So we'll see. So back to the bug. The bug is in reset blocks, and what it does, it just goes through the lines and just sets their block Y. And remembers which line is first. It's actually passed here. Which line is the first, and which portion of the first line we see. This is important for the smooth scrolling. And then it also remembers what line is rendered as last. So in that way, when I'm doing the draw and I'm painting the lines, I'm actually going from I to the end, and I'm adding the +1 here. And because there is a +1. I will actually end up here being equal when I stop the loop. I is equal block count already, and because I do have a +1 down there, it will actually go away. It's already beyond the document. So I will go to actually. Yeah, it's not equal. That means that we will try to paint the line after the last line, and that is where it crashes. So that should be fixed right now. So because the scroll end is, yeah. I want to have scroll end to be equal block count when there is the last line rendered, so it doesn't go beyond that line. Excuse me. So what I need to do there is the fact that this one is actually ending too soon. So I guess if I move it here, and for that matter, I can actually move the command, the if condition here. so it will actually, but I will just try it with this code and do the thing that I won't be going past scroll end here. I won't be doing the +1. CDB process terminated. Okay, so my I haven't done the integration of the custom build with Qt Creator at all. So I'm just using it to run the build script. Yeah, and we are working. Yep, we are back online, working beautifully. Yes. Yes, we are. Oh, yes, we are. Yes. Okay, so the Hale is back alive. That's awesome. I will just try to make a few more lines so I can, yeah, scrolling. Memory insert. Where are we? Add animation. Window animations. What's window? Oh, it's so great to be back using Microsoft's debugger, because it's really great. Count is 0. Why is count 0? And why I even do that? Why am I even checking that? Memory count. Oh, yeah, it's not memory count, it's just count. Can we do... It would be awesome if there would be any way in Visual Studio in which I can actually launch with a shortcut on a keyboard. I can launch a batch file. So I can do all my development here without ever creating a solution or project or whatever. I can just have some kind of shortcut that will actually run the build and output the results to that. Let me see. Let me just see whether there is. I will keep this one open because this one is really nice. Oh well, I don't need that at all. Oh, the Braid soundtrack is done. I will try to run Machinarium soundtrack. I'll go from the start. Hopefully it won't be. There will be no problem. But just in case the Mr. Kalimian thinks it will be a problem, it shouldn't be. It's an indie game. It's from Flax, and I guess Flax wasn't is not being checked on YouTube. So what I wanted to do, Visual Studio 2013. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Custom command. Custom aliases. Custom build tools. Command line. Yes, well, this requires me to create the solution, and I don't want to have a solution. I mean, I want to solve stuff, but I don't want to have the Visual Studio solutions there. Yeah, there's an excellent command on music concept and basic launch and batch file. I like to put it to the button and possibly keyboard shortcut for this ID. Is there a easy way to do it? First add an item to do it by choosing tools, external tools. Okay, okay. Tools. Tools. External tools. add that build. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Okay, so I can just go initial directory, it's D, documents, Dropbox, work, projects, Hale, development. Yeah, that's the initial directory, and from there I will go cmd/c with build.badge, build.bat, I don't know. Use output window, treat output as Unicode, we don't care about that. Okay. I will have to note this one down, because this looks like a really nice one of the to buy. We have notes. Okay. Adding custom commands to Visual Studio, because thanks to that I can actually develop outside of Qt. I mean, I won't have the refactoring tools, I guess, but then it's a long time since I was in actually actively developing within the Visual Studio. I think the last version I was actually using for serious programming was 2008, and it didn't have anything. It didn't even have at least working and stable autocomplete. I know it's a hard feature to implement, but then it's hard for me. It shouldn't be hard for Microsoft. It actually got paid for that Visual Studio by me. So this is done. Okay, what should we do next? Okay. Okay. I'll put it on the bottom, I'm used to have it, so that way I can tools, I guess it's done. It doesn't put that in there because it's just so fast to build it that way. So one thing I can do is to echo done. So then I can go customize, commands, tools, yeah, so this is just where is he doing that? Customize, keyboards, tools, customize, tools. Yeah, it's no, so it's this stupid. Guys, come on guys, why? I mean really you just cannot write it in a... Oh my god. Oh my god. Which tool is it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's not here. Okay, tools, options, keyboard, external, command, 6, yes, and it will be F7, assign. There you go, F7. Amazing. Can I run it? Oh, great. So, my IDE is done by that. At that point, that's awesome. I should not forget about oh, I will also need to do. Cannot run. Can I run it? Is there a way to run it? Yeah, it's not. It's not closing down the application. I will have to find why that is. I will just insert V1 lines. Yes, so here we are. Offset is 0, count is 1, and the memory count is 1. So locals. Is there my? Where's my? Yeah, I will need to have a call stack in here. That's how I like it to be. Run animations, so we'll be removing the animation from the list of animations for the window, and we will is 0 and count is 1, and window yeah, but we are not remove ordered. Then I think it's F12. Go to Casey was actually doing this in a stream. How can I enable that? Well, maybe when Miblo is back online I can just find it. But until then I will just go back to Qt for that. I mean, it's helpful to have a build set up in Visual Studio. That's a good thing to have. And but now I would like to, which one it was? Run animations. Run animations. Function and animations. Well, Qt is still better in that matter. I have two extremely large IDEs that I have to combine to actually get one semi-functional IDE. Year 2015. Year 2015, guys. It's year 2015. And I still cannot use the tools the way I want them to be used. So remove ordered, and it's going right there. Okay. Yes, it's still here, and it's still the same problem with that. So we will just put the breakpoint here. So the thingy looks like it's okay. We are removing. Yeah, it should be less. Yeah, and we go to insert foot count. Actually, the font is really small, so we'll go ahead and change that because I'm not sure. Fonts and colors, and we go for 12 perhaps, 13, 14, 12 looks okay, and 11, yeah, 11 is what I use. Yes, so count is 1. Move. Okay. So the scrolling works now, it's okay. So the red one is okay. I'll have to fix the caret, but that doesn't matter too much. It doesn't matter at this point. Good. Now I want to know where it's actually hanging. It's in a wait message. Okay, so when I close the window, it's stuck in a... Yeah, because oh god. Because it will go down here. And it will wait for the message before. Else if... Okay, I will just fix it. Fix it by doing another check. Doesn't really matter there. So if I close it, yes, we are done, and we have also the all them DirectX memory leaks there because I'm not releasing them correctly just yet. Okay, so I will take a tiny break and we will get back to it. And I'm back. Hey D7! Just wrong. Okay, so that one is fixed somehow. I will have to write some tests for this memory stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to do that in the next week because these are really important functions. It's really simple, but then it's really important. So, where was I? I was going to do the parser thing. Where are we? So here's scrolling. Scrolling is done. No stdlib. I will just put it here. I'll put it in my notes. hopefully I'll be able to get to that as soon as possible, because I'm interested in that. It's just it's not essential, but I'm interested in doing that. Hello, Aaron. How are you today? How's your what are you doing now? I think I wasn't paying attention to chat yesterday. I think you have switched to spam killer script for or spam killer bot for IRC. Okay, I feel like I don't want to do the parser thing. I don't feel good about it. I don't know why. Maybe just because there's so much of old code to actually deal with. But then I guess I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. Well, the first thing I can actually do before that actually will make me feel a bit better, is to implement file opening through command line. It will be something that I would love to have, because that way I can then open any CPP file and see whether the parser is doing its thing just before I will be plugging that parser to actually be live and to be to work on background. It would be something to do. So what we have is we need to have a way to parse the command line, because now I'm we are in the UI, and currently I have this function that only takes the string for the command line, but I need to convert it to argument count and argument values, and Microsoft should have there is a way to do that. So MSDN parse command line. Not sure if that's the thing. I can do it by hand, but I don't want to spend my time on that. So well, I think we already had that somewhere. I already wrote it for one my older editor, so I can just go ahead and use that. I'll just take a look where it is, and I guess it's going to be in Node. There should be the instance control. That's controlling only one instance to be open. So I'm checking for that, and then it's sending. It works on. If you open another instance of the editor, it will take a look whether there is other instance of it already running, and if there is, I will just send the command line to the other instance, so the other instance can take it, parse it, and then process it. I was using that only to open the files, but it can be used in various ways. So you can actually use it from a command line to open multiple files in Hale. Process messages. dispatcher, we have it somewhere here. For dispatch, this is really old code. This is maybe one of my first codes I ever wrote. C++, serious ones. There's a message we need to be actually catching. I guess it's a IF widget. It's not that, and it should be some AFU platform. It's actually doing the heavy duty of trying to well, I need to check what's the instance control doing. The copy data is here. And I don't think I'm actually handling the receivable one. So there should be somewhere a copy data handler. But it's not. So maybe it's somewhere. It's just here. Copy data. Data, and why am I not catching it? Is it? Yeah, it's here. Yeah, this is it, and it should be process command line. Okay, I will take it down again. Thank you, Kalimian. D7, yes. Good morning. First off, I get Bobkach. It's space gray, I think. Let me just quickly check it. It's space gray. Should be able to find it just by that, because I was reinstalling my Sublime, and it's just easy through Google to find it. And no, thank you, mister. Okay, D7. Yes, I installed it. It works. It's great. It's awesome. There are some I actually did one thing. I will just switch to explain what I did. I have this STU file that is actually generated. That is the original version generated from the include from your application. But I had to do some things. I had to comment out a few files to actually make it work. And the second thing I did is that I wrapped all includes in Hale includes. That's actually idea of Kalimian from yesterday. That way I actually don't include anything when I'm running. I'm not including anything from within the CPP and H files. So each file is just on its own. I'm including the library stuff, but I'm not including the internal stuff. I just don't do that. Now, thanks to that, I'm able to actually use. I'm actually able to use the STU and check whether it's doing the stuff correctly, and it's doing its stuff correctly. It's actually included really well. In a good order that is not conflicting. It's not doing anything. I didn't have to reorder anything. But then there are those few files, especially platform files, or these implementation files for the encodings that I have a bit hacky, I must admit. Maybe there's a better way to do it. But I just have to include those files. For example, the UTF-8. I have to include it within the encodings.cpp here on the end. It's probably bad design, so I don't care too much about these three, but then yeah, I'm going to talk about it a bit. D7, just to get my mind right about it, about what can we do to make it, to keep it still not specific to Hale builds, but to make it general for cases that because I want to do this stuff. Maybe there is a better way to do it, but just when I'm churning out code, I don't want to think about it. I just want to do whatever works at first and be able to do that somehow. And there is and the OS is also the same thing, because I'm including from the OS, Hale OS, I'm including the OS win32.cpp. Actually, this will be really large thing that will actually include the proper files for proper platforms. Now I only have OS Windows. OS win.cpp then includes the other files. I think no, it doesn't. Yeah, this is just a basic platform. But when I go to OS UI, it includes OS win32 UI, which is a general, which is a main thing for Windows, and that one is including then either GDI version or DirectX version based on the macros. So I'm used to doing this. I do this a lot with platform stuff. I sometimes do similar things with other stuff too, but then I'm thinking about having some way of telling it that yes, that's actually, it's doing it work correctly. It works correctly. I think we need to add one more thing that will actually filter the files that I don't want to include somehow. And I'm thinking about how to do that, because those files shouldn't actually be here as well, because those files are already included from within these, from all the OS win32 GDI DX UI is included by some logic from Hale UI, and that logic is purely mine and has to be there, and it cannot be done automatically. It has to actually follow what I have there. So maybe some kind of a prefix, like underscore before or something like that, or maybe some other mask that I can specify to actually ignore including any of that stuff. Actually, it maybe should process the files anyway, but then I'm not sure if it should process the file, but we can start with just not putting them in here. Maybe you can do that also with a comment, as you did for these, but I don't know. I would prefix it with something like ignored, so it will be in the correct order that you found them, but it will be marked as ignored, something like that. I don't know. So we can actually see that it's processing those files, but it's not adding the include in there. And the other thing, just for one other thing I want to try, is to actually tell the tool to not look for includes in the files, but to look for whatever I tell it to. For example, I can tell it to to look for depends, but it has a different syntax, you know that. It has a different syntax. I'm not sure if you can do that somehow. Maybe it's not much work if I can just do this to specify, include, I don't know, some kind of a parameter that I can say that it will look for these, then ignore anything that is that starts with an underscore, and then classically specify the directory, the output file, and yeah, and the other parameters as well. We already have that. R and Q quiet. Yeah, awesome. Because that way I will be able to actually replace all my stuff with depends. And I'm not sure, will I be able to do something like that? Actually, I will go ahead and can I do that? I don't think I can do that. Define depends will be, yeah, I cannot do that. I cannot do this. I don't think so. I don't think so I can do that. Oh, can I? Can I do that? I'm not sure how it will work with other compilers. That's weird. Yeah, it's doing the STU. It's not doing this. Okay. Just let me roll it back. Because I have it stored here as well. Because I didn't want to. Beast Guy, I'm making an editor. A new editor that will be free, open source, and all that good stuff. I wanted to look for depends. Yeah, I wanted to output includes, but I wanted to look for depends. Yeah, you can actually, well, there's a bit of a problem because it should look for depends. Huh. But it, yeah, I see what you mean there. I'm thinking whether it would be worth it to just add depends to look for. And to also look for include and the two versions of include. I don't know, I just don't know. I just don't know. What I would do as a first version, I would let it to just replace the look for include with depends, with whatever I tell it to look for, and then we can build on top of that to add the support for, because there are two things about the tool. One thing is that it's tracing my dependencies. That's one functionality. But the primary functionality is to actually create the stu.cpp. That's the primary functionality. So I can then run the tool without telling it to use depends, and in that case it will do the analysis, for example. So we can switch between the two modes of it to actually one do the include, second one can only just churn out a text file. It doesn't have to be a CPP file with all this stuff, with the analysis of what I include and what I don't include and all that stuff. And the other version of it would be to actually, because we have other thing, maybe I'm thinking out loud now. So we are now looking for include, and we are looking for this include. I'm mostly interested in this one. This is actually what includes my stuff. So maybe I can replace just this one with depends, or maybe I can also define two. That's one version to one be able to replace include with depends. That's maybe one way to do it. Second way would be able to add more things to look for. So I can tell it to look for yeah. Yeah. So in that case, it will actually look for depends, and will also look for, so it will look for depends, and it will look for include, and will also look for include. So in that way, you can just have it added there, and then when you include it here, you can actually say that it was yeah, in an analysis here down here, you can actually say it was either include or my own depends. Which one was it to actually, so I will actually know that whether it was still, whether I have still some includes, the standard includes, or whether I have already switched to use depends, and then I can work from there. I guess. Does it make any sense? The depends would be with the quotes. Sorry, I will just add them here. Not here, but here. Yeah. Because I want it to be a macro that has a string on input, that look, so it will look as close as possible to include. Now I'm not sure how well, I don't know. Can I do this? C processor syntax. Hmm. And there is one more thing. Serious for slaying vb.net. You need to go to purpose to drifting. Twitch TV purposely drifting. That guy is awesome with Visual Basic. Basic.net will definitely help you. You can watch his stream to learn more. You can ask him questions. He's really nice guy. I think we will go one more with him, with this one, because I love it so much. I think we'll also do this also with that. Yeah. Yeah. Depends. Yeah, okay, so yeah, this is just a test. D7. Yeah, when there was a cycle inside. When there was a cycle, it actually didn't add anything from the cycle. Didn't add the A to I file, A to I.h. Yes, this one. I had to add this one. I actually had to first resolve the cycle, but it would be great if it, because it made the resulting STU file, but it didn't include the one A to I file. So maybe I would, even if you will file the cycle includes, I would just output the thing somehow. In that case, it was Hale was including A to I, and A to I was including Hale, but Hale got there, but A to I didn't. So maybe just include that one again if it's a cycle. That will be awesome. Yeah, it bans the file that causes the cycles. Okay, but in that case you should just stop doing anything and report the error. Not export the STU file, maybe return. Yeah, okay, I understand, but maybe return some error code, and maybe I don't know how to handle error codes in batch files. I will need to learn that, but in case it will fail to do its stuff, it should output the error the cycle directly, even if it's set to quiet. It should output the stuff to the command line and stop and return some error code that I can use to actually not run the compiler then. Hello Canonicals. Hello Imbox. Welcome to the stream. Oh man, this will be so awesome. This will be so awesome too. So very, very awesome. So let me get back to the document. Need this one. OS 32. So what I need to do is to parse the command line. That was where I finished. Yeah, I think it's an error level. I think you need to do it like this. If error level, and then do this one. Inbox, hello and welcome, welcome. How are you today? Yeah, I think it should be done like that. I have it somewhere in one of my batch files. Because it's a nightmare to actually find this stuff sometimes. So I will take a look and do that. So I was looking for the process command line. Process command line. It's not here. Process command line. Read command line. Read command line. Command line read. Oh damn! I already have this. I already have it in MCL read in my library somewhere. I guess library INO include command line. Yeah, I have it here. I don't want to do the custom parser just yet. It's just command line reader. Yeah, this is it. This is it. And I don't like this at all. I don't want to use it. There was what's there? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Pirate Drake, yeah, we're actually trying one tool that one idea we had yesterday about the 7. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but you don't have to do it now. I mean, it can wait. I can work with what I have currently. It's awesome, and the build works, so we can do it later. You don't have to do it right now. It's just, you know, maybe I would write a to-do for that, for the ideas we had, and try it, I don't know, later. It doesn't have to be done right now. Pirate Drake, yeah. What we're doing is that I want to use single translation unit for my whole project, and the idea is that I have a tool written by D7 Samurai that is actually walking through all my code and is checking for the includes and is resolving those includes and churns them out in a correct order to to an stu.cpp file one after another, it automatically comments out other stuff that it's include, for example the library stuff like these, and it also includes all the CPP files then in the order. I guess it doesn't have to be in order, you just can put it in any way you actually in a read way. And then you have this analysis. Excuse me. Excuse me. You have this analysis of not found, of includes not found, is actually forgotten, includes in some of the ifs or not used code currently, like testing. And then I have a reference graph to actually know which files include which files. So this way it actually helped me yesterday a ton, because I was able to just find those find some cycles in there. I was able to optimize the way I'm including the files, and now we are trying to make something a bit more about that, and that is something where you can go and instead of include and write this, and that way you actually get actually won't include the thing. The depend will be set as macro that won't expand to anything, so I can do it right here. That it won't expand to anything, but it will actually be used by the script to know which files this file depends on. So in that case, currently I have it done just by making commenting it out for the case I don't want to use the includes, because currently I'm still trying to somehow use the standard Qt build, which actually requires those includes. So but I will switch to this system probably if the preprocessor is done, the D7's preprocessor and the STU resolver is done, and we'll use only these. So in that case I can just tell whatever I want. I can actually do just churn out any amount of includes in form of depend, and don't have to worry about it at all. It will all get ordered by we'll call all get ordered correctly in a resulting file. So that's the idea. So it produces this STU CPP file, then I can just go ahead and stuff it to the face of where do I have it? To face of cl.exe. Just stuff it there. Here you go, compile, and I went down from compiling, from it taking like what it was, around 30 seconds to completely rebuild the whole code, to less than a second. So that's just awesome. Invox, I'm not sure it's 9 hours because it's my local time, and it's still my, and it's not only my local time but my own time zone that I use. It just it will be available sometime tomorrow. It wouldn't be actually usable editor at all, but you can actually put your hands on it to try at least how fast it is currently. And then for the next couple of days I will be working on it more to actually get to a state where we have an actual alpha, because I spent too much time actually working on removing the dependencies on other libraries and that stuff. So it'll take a few more days, but we will have something at least to test, some kind of an exe file that will be available for download and giving the test to. So yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to take 3 minutes for a break, and I'll be right back, guys. Back. Yeah, great, Galimian. It's awesome. It's just awesome. Oh, guys, I haven't expected that I will have that much attention and that much help from the community, because you never expect that, you know. That just confirms that the community is awesome, just awesome. So let me get back to the command line stuff. STU. So I will have to find the function myself. Yes, this is the call. Yeah, this is the call I was looking for. I still have a trouble with deciding which string type to use. I mean, generally in Hale, I guess it will be just a char on a car on Linux. And on Windows and Mac, I'll use probably the TF16, so it will be CH16, my internal type, because that works well with the APIs of the system. So I would like to be able to actually do that stuff in that manner. But then I don't know whether how much problem it will create in making a platform specific code, so for plugins and stuff that other people will do and contribute to Hale. I mean, in a Hale code base it shouldn't be much of a problem because it will switch automatically. So even if you pass, you will be able to actually convert between the two if you need to. And yeah, I will have to leave that for a future Martin. He will have to solve that, not me. He's responsible. I can be irresponsible as a past Martin. So but well, actually, he should be actually happy. He should be actually really happy because past Martin did a lot of stuff for him. So I will just move back to my setup to actually see you guys. Oh, that's awesome. Oh man, thank you. Just thank you. I have nothing more to say. It's just so awesome. So let me go to the UI thingy here I will, so I get the arguments here, that's okay, that's all good and sound. But for the STU build, which is actually my main build now, I'll have to do this. Well, can I will just, I'm sorry, I'm just, my head is churning out ideas, and I need to do them because I think what we have here is actually so awesome that it's worth it. STU. Yeah, we are not doing the STU thing. We are doing the main STU, and I will just go and define it right away. Define plus equals Hale STU +1. Cloudplay is the or Cloudplay's DE. I don't know. I have lowercase, but I think it's Cloudplay's DE, if I remember correctly. It's not currently. Well, it kind of is, but I'm working on it, you know. So. But it worked like I don't know, 10 minutes ago. So that's it should work. I will go here and try to. Does not exist. Okay, I can just comment that stuff out. Is there any way to comment? Oh, we just go this one. So it's just stuff that includes the libraries that is no longer needed. Okay, Alt 0. Oh, it's this one. And this one is okay. Run QMake. Okay, QMake is done. Yeah. For return. Okay, so that's just this stuff. Yeah, this one is rebuilding the whole repository. Because I also still have the dependencies from the prototype on Lua and on Guruma, but that doesn't matter. No such file. Okay, we don't care about that. We care about that one. We only care about this. I will just comment on that. I don't need them here. I don't want them anymore. Yep. So let's do this. I will run the QMake. Huh, okay, so it's Cloudplay's DE. Okay. Yeah, so it's runnable, as you can see. It's amazing. It's still fast. It still works. Hopefully. I did a ton of changes, but yeah, the smooth scroll works as well. Resizing should work as well. In a way, yeah, it works. So yeah, it works. It works. Yay! Good. What is actually nice now is that I'm actually able to use Qt's build system, own build system, to actually continue developing Hale inside the Qt, and I can switch between a custom handmade build and just to check it to see whether it works. I'm not sure I will be able to launch it. I guess I will, but I guess it's not launching the custom build one, because that one goes to a different directory. Right now I will have to solve that one, but for this it works, and that's just awesome. So okay, and now please you just reparse already in the UI. Let's see UI.cpp. Is it? Yes, great. So now I have it working, I guess. Okay. So there's no there's just the W version. Hit command line W. Is there any version that would be A? A? No, there's none. W? Yeah, W works. That would mean... What did it mean? Can actually check one thing. Well, they're actually doing the same thing, I guess. Actually, maybe parsing it themselves. No, I don't care. Remain. So we can use this one, I guess. Okay, so what does it take? It's a command line, which is a command line, and then outputs number of arguments. So that's what's that? It's an integer. It's an integer. Integer command. So now I can just go to the project setup and set it to use. Oh, okay. So it is there, but it's not there for everything. Yeah. Okay, source directory slash I'm not sure now what's the source directory, whether it's the general or, but yeah, let's just go for I don't want to edit anything from this, but I will go here and or to Hale slash test slash Hale fixed gap upper. I will use that one for test. For simple stuff I can debug from here. It's a good thing. So we have one argument, and the one argument goes to project Hale development, SRC, Hale, and there. Okay. So I can pass it just here. And then main will take not this one, but CH16 and S32. Well, I guess, yeah, I will take S32 for now. Yeah, S32 and CH16. Okay. Okay. Oh, and I will need to do so prefix it with Hale namespace. Yeah. So got convert argument 3 from this to that. What's this actually? How it's defined? It's pointer to W. That's weird. Why is it returning a pointer? Yeah, it's just because. Okay, yeah. Is a call to local free function, so we will need to do also local free. And can we do it? I will just do it like this. Yes, that one is returning zip code, local free, yes, and this one return exit code. But oh, we can actually release them a bit sooner, but because now we have just I don't care to do parse an internal vector or even the command line AST. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it's not equal to 0, then I will just take the last one and I will just open it. I'll just open it somehow, some way. But now I can just do S32 and also CH16. Yeah. I think the difference between my alignment is that my alignment is local in a code, and you are aligning stuff to be on the same place or aligned through the whole source code. Yeah, I guess that's the main difference. So I will need to just go and put it to here, and then when the application is launched, which is Hale UI, It's this one, and I should do it here. So I will do it here by just, yeah, I will have to do also another tiny thing there. Let's go up application, and there we go. So then we will call to load the document, but in this case it will just yell at me. It will yell at me because I'm giving it ch16 while it expects ch8. I'm not sure how to do that, but I guess I will have to just stick to the current platform I have, and I will have to code it differently later for Linux. Yeah. But then I can also convert it to ch8, but I don't care too much. About that. So, document load. Yes, that's and document load. This will be ch16, and it will just churn. We will create a lot of open, which is this one, and I will create version for ch16, which will also have to be defined in a platform. So it's a Hale platform, win32 open file. And that is a W version. ch16. I can link like that. Open file 16. Yeah. Which would be, yeah, I will have to define it. It's the first thing to do. Yeah, 16, I like this. This will actually allow me to still use the older API. The older API in the in other code. Open file with open platform, open file, W16, and here the 2 and inline put that open. Well, this one will have to be 8. It has to be 8 because 8 open file, and we will go for a template, quick template ch, and it has what's the file, these things, and that thing. Okay. And it returns B32. Return open file 16 file path mode. Open file for ch8. Yeah, my girlfriend is actually a cat. Yeah, and it was her sneezing. Si to, že ťa počul prsknúť. Že či to prskla moja mačka. Hello, Miblo! ch8. Who are those? ch8, that's okay, and then we will go just... Ne, nevypadáš jako děvka. Excuse my check. To file 8 and file 8. Undeclared identity, that's okay. That's okay. Don't care about that. 1616. CH, what's the trouble? Yeah, it's this one. Papa! Hi. Okay, so I don't know, but I think it'll work. It'll work, it'll just work. And it will crash in my face. We all know it, right? You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. Everybody knows. Domain application, do we have it set properly? It looks slow. It looks so. Yeah. Then we go to here. Initialize all them stuffs. And go here. Go here. Yeah, I'm actually initializing window here. So I will have to change, but it's not important now. Create resources and go to window init. And what's the path there? Path is 0. Why is the path 0? Window init, application. Oh, oh guys, but just actually have to do all that stuff, all the time without a break for every episode. Oof. Why are you 0? Why would you be? Oh, it's shade. It was a lua bite. I got bitten by a lua. Yeah, so here we go. Open platform, open file 16, and then we have to go 16, open file 16. Where is it? Where is it? Then we call create file A, and we are just forcing it to be, and we want to be this one. But that. Okay. This platform will go here. File handle, is it set? It's open. Yeah! Oh, so that's a fucking awesome victory. Okay, so now we can do all this stuff as well. Yeah. So, we have a file opening thingy done. Which I didn't want to launch this one. I wanted to go here and we have this one done. No, it's not saving file, it's opening file. Good. So now we can open the file. I can move to the parsing, fix bug with layouting and scrolling the text. That's done. Flag project back or make file. Yeah, that's done. And parse and syntax remove text, undo. Okay, so 4 things to do. for more things. Okay, I will take a tiny break and we'll be back in a And I'm back. Thank you. So the parsing, now we can actually go to that. I still don't want to do that. I don't feel like it because I think it will be hard, but then anytime I think something will be hard, we will just turn out really simple. So parse. So first thing I need to do is to actually launch the parse when the document is loaded. So for that I will just go to Hale document arena document append. I guess that because of these my includes are no longer working. Yeah, that's the trouble right there. But then maybe I'll just quickly check my my settings where I can make it to parse code model. I guess I cannot do anything about this. Oh, there's also a license template, that's nice. I don't know why they're using all these icons. I mean, I never pay attention to that. I mean, how can I even remember all these icons, you know? How can I differentiate between these two? So stupid. But I guess somebody thinks the names are that the icons are actually sexy, so they are, but you have to use just few of them. Otherwise it's counterproductive. Okay.